All right, so you should see a news report here by WAFF 48. You see the title of the video: 2-year-old dead after dog attack in New Hope. I reported on this, or I shared this story a couple days ago, 2-3 days ago. But I may have only gotten into the details with the members. And I'm going to go over the details here, because I believe it's another lie as far as the details of the attack. And this is a pattern. This is a pattern where people make wild guesses, wild assumptions, sometimes that are unlikely. And sometimes other things, other scenarios is much more likely. But they'll go with whatever scenario removes guilt from the dog. And if they have to put the blame on anyone, or like on a person, it's going to be a youngster. They figure that it's free game with them. They know young people can't formulate an argument of self-defense. Many times they're not even there when these things are being said. It's a very easy out. And plus, it keeps them out of trouble. If they're the owner of the dog. Yeah. So let's look at this. I believe this is another situation like that. But, you decide for yourself.
In Madison County tonight, a 2-year-old boy is dead after being attacked by a neighbor's dogs in New Hope. This marks a tragedy now striking yet another Valley family in the same way twice in 1 week. We're told this happened just after 5 tonight. The attack happened at a neighbor's home along TR Christian Road in New Hope. Now on your screen are the 2 dogs believed to be behind the attack. This is video, if we could pull that up, video of them being seized by animal control officers tonight. Don Webster with him.
Now, neither dog was a bully breed. And I'm saying that because somebody left a comment saying that I said they were bully breeds. No, I didn't. Not that I remember. And if I did, that was a mistake. These are not bully breeds. Again, they all need to be banned.
He says the attack happened just before 5:30 this evening. Ricky Clark, the owner of the dogs, believes the boy got into his backyard by opening the gate himself. The gate was latched.
Of course, the owner would believe that. This is the next door neighbor. Of course, he would say, well, he probably came over and opened the gate.
Backyard by the owner of the dogs believes the boy got into his backyard by opening the gate himself. The gate was
What is with this alleged desire among very young people, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, to wander great distances across land by themselves to open up a fence where dogs, because as soon as they get up to the fence, the dogs heard them coming, and they gonna run towards the fence and start barking and whatnot. But they're telling us these very young people are still opening the gate themselves. Okay, let's continue.
Latched but not locked. He says his dog boy got into his backyard by the evening. Ricky Clark, the owner of the dogs, believes the boy got into his backyard by opening the gate himself. The gate was latched but not locked. He says his dogs have never harmed anyone before. Take a look.
Oh, never harmed anyone before. Boy, they immediately start projecting the dogs as the innocent, as harmless, who wouldn't harm a fly, and if they did, they had to have been provoked. That's what they're implying.
Look, Clark actually allowed our reporter into his backyard to demonstrate just how easy it was for things to go horribly wrong tonight. And this is something you'll only see on 48 News.
And see, I keep it locked all the time. All you do, all you do is shut it like that.
Okay, of course, first of all, it's so easy. Then why don't you do something about it? There are plenty of ways to handle this, to make sure that latch won't go up. You can stick some in that little hole right there. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Okay? And how do we know that somebody didn't just leave the gate up? How do we know? We don't. Several scenarios. They're choosing this one for a reason.
And say they ain't never got out, ain't never been out or nothing.
Hey, never get out, never, whatever. Of course you would say that.
And see, I keep it locked all the time. All you do, you just all you do is shut it like that. And say they ain't never got out, ain't never been out or nothing. But that little boy's up big enough, tall enough, he just flipped it open, got it.
Oh, that little boy, big enough, tall enough. Are we talking about 2-year-old or 3-year-old? I don't think it makes much of a difference. Do y'all know the mechanics and mentality of a 2-year or 3-year-old? Do you believe that this is what happened? This 2-year-old walked way over to their next door neighbor's home, to their backyard, walked to the back, lifted up this gate latch. Understand, like you see, the dog would be able to see the youngster. This looked like a doghouse right here. And do you believe this will happen?
It open, managed to get it open somehow. That's what I thought, been out or nothing. But that little boy's up big enough, tall enough, he just flipped it open, got it open, managed to get it open somehow. That's what I think. Now, I wasn't here, but the gate was open, the dog was out.
The gate was open, dogs was out. Gate was open, dog was out. So the 2-3-year-old must have went back there and opened the gate. Not necessarily. And if you ask me, that's unlikely.
Okay, so at this point, we don't know the name of the boy who died or whether the dogs will...
Yeah, we got his name. They've released his name. But that's not what I want to deal with. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the details of this case. Now, I want y'all to look at this. We're going to take a look at satellite imagery of this man's property. The man you just heard talking. This is where this took place. As you can see,
Ricky Clark, the owner of...
Wait a minute.
...dogs believed to be behind...
Lord, you see that? That's the map. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm seeing. You should see WAFF, their personal map on your screen now. Okay, where are we at? Where's my... Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you can. Thank you. Now, here's the real map, the satellite imagery, their map. I want you to understand this is accurate. Here, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all right here. Okay, how do you get it back? Get it back. What is it? Okay, sorry about that. New Hope. You know, they say it right here. You see how the road splits right there? You see that? See how these two roads, they join right here? This one and this one. It's like a 2-prong fork in the road. And there it is right here. Right here. TR Christian Road. Here, let me refresh this. Okay, what did I do? Did I screw this thing up somehow? Lord, I think I did. TR Christian Road. See, I've lost it. I've lost it, Lord. Where is TR Christian Road? Okay, let's go back to the layers. To the map. What? What is this? TR Christian Road, New Hope, Alabama. What is this? Okay, here it is. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That was my fault. Okay. TR Christian Road right here. You see? That's what the problem was. Oh, I had it turned the wrong way. What is this? Okay. I had it turned the wrong way. Here we go. Sorry about that. My fault. This is their map. This is the satellite map. TR Christian Road right here. You see it? TR Christian Road here. TR Christian Road. Is it upside down? Is that better? Because here's the house right here. See how here's Main Drive. TR Christian branches off. Yeah, Main over here. Main is right here, if you can see my cursor. Okay, is this the right area? Main right there. Now that's perfect. You see it? That's excellent. Here's Main on the layer map. Here's Main on their map. TR Christian Road right here, right here. On their map, it goes around this little hoop right here. You see that? It's like the road bends to the left. You can see it here. It bends to the left. And it goes back right. And right as soon as you turn back straight is the house. So I'm thinking it's this house right here. It looks like the house. Okay. Main, TR Christian Road. This is the house. Y'all can pull this up too. Hope I didn't spend too much time looking for this, messing around with it. But let's zoom in to this home. I believe this is the home right here. First of all, the neighbors, I assume, is over here. And y'all telling me a 2-3-year-old walked way over here? Now we about to get the ground view. Here's the home here. And this is that gate that he just walked us through. Right here. So they're saying that the 2-year-old walked out of this house, walked over here, and opened the gate. Oh, that's what they're saying. Okay. Now, let's do something. Let's look at the other side of this home, or the back end. More of where I think he just showed us with his little tour. Okay. Let's go in. Come on. There we go. That's the home. Look at that. Look at that. So there's a gate there where you can just lift the latch. Okay, if that's what you're saying, man. I'm not calling you a liar, but man, what's the purpose of the fence if at any moment a 2-3-year-old can walk over and just walk in? Ain't there a problem with that? Y'all don't see no problem with that? Okay. Now, I want to show y'all something else. Take a gander at this. But the kid had to have done it, right? Of course, the dogs, they don't know to lift that latch. That's the same latch. Same latch he had. Oh, but I guess the dog, see, that's what they're trying to say. Dog ain't smart enough to do that. Well, you know, dog can't do that. They sound all ignorant too. You know that's what they think. That's what they're saying. Well, dog ain't lit that latch. Look how easy it is open. I think that little boy that walked over here. Okay, you came home and you saw your dogs was out. So of all scenarios, you gonna say the next door neighbor's 2-year-old walked over and opened it? When it's more likely your dogs opened it or got over that fence, through that fence somehow, and got out and launched an attack. I think that's much more likely. I believe the 2-3-year-old, if they would have been wandering outside by themselves like that, would have been too scared. Especially being alone by himself. I believe he would have been too scared to just walk over next door, knowing that the dogs were there. Y'all saying he just walked over and was brave enough to open the gate? I don't know about that. That just seems hard to believe to me. That's hard for me to believe. Just like the other story. That the 4-year-old riding his bike and then, for unknown reasons, left the sidewalk, left the road, wherever he was driving, there was a sidewalk, and rode on the grass. You see what I mean? Like they're just attracted to dogs. While they are alone, they have all this bravery. Oh, let me just wander over here. And even if they did, even if this is true and they actually did that, that means you've trained them to do it. I don't want to hear nothing about what the kid did. Everything the kid does, you trained them. You taught them to do. But the thing is, it's easy to find out whether or not dogs can do this themselves, can open these types of latches themselves. It's very easy. So my thing is, why didn't any of the police, detectives, why didn't they find this? Why didn't they find this out? Why didn't they do the research before sharing information like that? Why just immediately assume that the 2-year-old went over there and opened it? And keep in mind, this is more than one dog. When there's more than one dog, they usually come up with, ideas, just like people. More likely that one of them is going to figure out how to get out. Craziest thing in the world. And that's not it, man. There are other more sophisticated locks and latches that these things bypass. Here's another one. From what I understand, they do this all the time. Well, actually, this is the same kind. I think. Let's see, the dumb dog. You stand there forever. There you go. And what's even worse, more incriminating for the dogs, these videos show that the dogs know that the latch is what's keeping the door closed. They're dumb, but they're not that dumb. This is the second dog I showed you, that knew that the latch needed to be up. But y'all say, oh no, the 2-year-old did it. And they all agree. Notice that. Just like they all agreed to sign that petition a few years ago that lied, that whipped up some story to blame the 2-year-old for getting his arm bitten off. They're doing it here in this case, I suspect, as well. They're all agreeing. Yeah, he probably went over there next door all by himself, open up that gate. Dogs can't open the gate. Dogs ain't that smart enough to open the gate. You know that's what they were saying. Well, dogs didn't do it. People just dumb as all get up. Brainless as all get up. It's another lie. Look at that. And what is this? I can't even see it. This is a different kind. I said it's a different kind of lock. Those dogs are experienced. at bypassing several different types of locks and latches. I told y'all, they manipulate restraints and barriers. That's why there's no such thing as a responsible dog owner. They're not something that you can own responsibly and have 100% control over at all times, like you can inanimate objects, like guns, weapons. They're not going to do something that you don't want them to do. They're not going to fire on their own. And y'all see what type of lock that was? That was a real padlock. You know how you don't lock it, you don't push it closed? You just swing it back in the direction where if you want to lock it, you just push straight down. That's how it was. And the dog turned it and got the thing open. Okay, keep that in mind, because they're projecting this idea that the dog wasn't smart enough, but the kid was. Not only would the kid have to be smart enough, he would have had to have been brave enough to open that gate with two dogs right there that were most likely, if you ask me, barking. People, I'm here telling y'all about multiple professionals, adults, cops, detectives, parents. They're all on code with each other against the deceased 2-year-old. They're all on code with each other. Think about that. They don't care about nothing. If they're willing to do this, man, they don't care about nothing. Their own lives or nobody else's.
Hey, it's Ryan O'Brien. So we just moved into a new house. We've got a nice chain link fence around the backyard. And within the first day of being here, which was only like a week ago, one of our dogs found a weak spot in the fence that was kind of off the ground and managed to squeeze her way through it. Back in here, as you might be able to see, she found her way through that chain link fence and got out a couple of times within the first day of us being in this home. So as you can see, I went to Lowe's. I picked up some rods from the chain link fence section that were about $4.50 a piece and drove them into the ground to try to plug up those holes a little bit. Well, they're not the prettiest looking things in the world, so I talked to my father-in-law, and he had a pretty good suggestion of another way to do this, because we've got other parts of this fence that she could also sneak through if she decided to do so. But we're going to plug these holes up a little more discreetly using these common tent stakes. Now, these were a 6-pack of them at Academy Sports for $1.99. We're going to drive these into the ground and plug up some more of these holes so the dog doesn't get out. A nice, easy way and a little bit more discreet way to plug up those holes in your fence so your dog doesn't get out. So as you can see here, it doesn't connect to the ground. So if she really wanted to hard enough, she could push that out and probably worm her way under it. So we're going to drive these stakes into the ground to keep that a little more attached and keep her from being able to get out. By the way, this is the one right here. This is the sneaky one that gets out, don't you?
Look at how big that dog is. Telling me that big dog snuck up under that little tiny crack? Yes, they do. They can. More proof. They manipulate restraints and barriers effectively. They can flatten their body very well. How do we know the dogs didn't do that? Dogs have proven to be able to bypass fences far more well than have 2- and 3-year-olds.
Yeah, you little punk.
Okay, see, that's not funny. It ain't funny, and I ain't laughing. Too many examples for me to even cover right now. How do we know that this is not what happened? And then the dog owner has to come back and close it, lock it. How do we know that didn't happen? We don't know. They're just taking a wild guess. That's what I think happened. I wasn't here, but I came home, the dog was out. So boy must have opened the gate. Yeah, you would say that. You would believe that.
So I'm visiting somebody's house today where their gate at one point in time had been left open by somebody. One of the easiest things to do is take a leash and hook it onto there. If you leave a short tab on here, when the person takes it off to get into the fence, they're going to clip it on the side and leave it. And when they go to leave the gate, it usually is a reminder to people to grab it and re-clip it onto the gate so that if you look, the dog isn't able to knock it to get it out. And
What? Say it again? What'd you say there, ma'am?
the dog isn't able to knock it to get it out.
We have a problem, don't we? You mean it's so common for dogs to bypass these exact type of latches that they're offering tips on how to stop dogs from doing it on social media? Does it sound like these people are a stranger? Or does it sound like they've never heard of dogs being able to open locks and latches like this? Why are they acting oblivious to the dog's ability to have opened that gate? You see what I mean? They're all hands down on code. The boy opened it. And several of them know that the boy most likely didn't open it. And that the dogs got out some other way. Several of them are aware of this. And they're making a conscious decision to not put that narrative out. Oh no. As soon as they hear cases like this, if you ask me, immediately they think in their mind, oh, that rotten little mischievous. Oh, it was a kid. You know how they are. You know how they are. People, we have to always keep in mind, be mindful. There's a population in this country, a sizable, a good portion of the population, hate kids with a passion. With a burning passion, and they're open about it. So how do you think people like that behave in the real world? Now look how sophisticated that lock and latch is. But I guess dogs are too dumb to know that a lock, latch, handle is what opens and closes. I guess they're too dumb to figure that out, huh? It takes a 2-year-old, right? Because we are human and we got brain, man. Only people smart enough to know to do that. Dog don't know how to do that, man. Don't lie on my dogs, man. That's what it is. He's trying to get my dogs euthanized. We know the dog not smart enough to open that gate. Oh, Lord. Lord, these people. Now, you see why I titled this stream the way I did? Because I know this has run through the minds of several of those people involved in this case. Don't tell me they got detectives and sheriffs and police up there. This ain't going through nobody's head. But when it go through their head, they suppress it. And they're on code with each other. And it might just take a look or a wink to let somebody else know, don't put that narrative out there. They're on code like that. Think about that. All to whip up what they know is a lie. Or at least, at the very least, extremely unlikely. And even if the boy did walk next door, it's your job to keep them secured safely for reasons just like this, so they don't attack your neighbor's youngsters, so that they don't attack nobody. What's the point of the fence when they can bypass it whenever they want? Again, which I think that's what happened. That's what happened. 2, 3-year-old walk next door and open your stupid gate. I believe they're lying. Right? One man's opinion. Y'all got to understand that these people, they don't care about their young. They don't care about them. I don't know how or why. I'm still confused. But they flat out, they just don't care about them. Don't care about themselves. Don't think they care about and love. And don't think they're willing to actively protect and try to put preventative measures in place to protect them from being harmed in the future. It's dogs. Nothing else. Nothing else. Dogs only. These are dog worshipers. It's very sick stuff, man. Now, y'all still don't believe that these people hate kids. They hate it. I don't understand it. It's bizarre to me, but this is the truth. Look at this title of the video. 15 dog breeds. Dogs for kids. Okay. 1.7 million views. Dogs for kids, huh? Listen to one of the breeds. They said it's a good dog for kids.
12. Pit Bull. Pit Bulls are a crossbreed between bull-baiting English Bulldogs and Terriers. In the past, they were used for fighting, but luckily dog fighting is now banned and most of these cute pups don't have to fight.
Playing some kiddie music and said now they don't have to fight? As if it doesn't matter that they have been bred to fight and have fighting instincts and mechanics, temperaments, attitudes. They're mechanically still fighters and killers. But since that's banned now, you can just have them as pets. We all know that's not even realistic. That's an insane person talking. But that's what they're pushing because they want to maximize the possibilities that their young get ripped apart.
Don't have to fight. Pit Bulls are often described as a mixed breed dog, but the formal Pit Bull breeds are American Pit Bull Terrier, American Staffordshire Terrier, American Bully, and Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
Yeah, Pit Bull, okay, so now Pit Bull is not a breed. Is that what y'all saying? They're saying Pit Bulls usually refers to a mixed breed. But the formal Pit Bulls are what?
Pit Bulls are often described as a mixed breed dog, but the formal Pit Bull breeds are American Pit Bull Terrier, American Staffordshire Terrier.
American Staffordshire Terrier? That's the formal Pit Bull breed name? But yet, in just last week or so, they was trying to say that these were two totally different dogs. That the Staffordshire Terriers are safe family pets, and it's Pit Bulls that are dangerous. Y'all really think they're oblivious to the stuff we talk about over here? No.
American Bully, and Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
This is madness. Here's one of the articles that I just shared with y'all last week or so, where there was a fatality of an infant. Fatal attack on a baby following a dog attack shows the danger of relying on breeders for information about the dog breed. I mean, again, they hold breeders to the highest level. So you're saying breeders will just give you false information, say the dog is something else, something that it's not? So we can't trust breeders either. They'll just lie. But they say it's dangerous to rely on breeders for information about the dog's breed because the owner of this dog thought he had a Staffordshire Terrier. Y'all remember this? This is a recent story. Just shared it, a week or two ago. The dog's microchip information said it was an American Staffordshire Terrier. But the doctors told him, no, that's actually a pit bull, and that's why it killed the baby. Really? Really? And they're projecting this as one of the reasons why there are attacks. Oh, it's because they tell them that it's a Staffordshire Terrier, but it's really a pit bull. You can't make this up. Okay, it's a Staffordshire Terrier. Those must be safe, right? You only need a little bit of research. Look at this. The leading breed is what? American Staffordshire Terrier. The one they project as safe. A safe family pet. Oh, my baby was killed because it was actually a pit bull rather than an American Staffordshire Terrier, because those are safe family pets. But yet Staffordshire Terriers lead in several areas of the world, surpassing sometimes even American Pit Bull Terrier. They play this game between these breeds to defend the dogs. We all know that. We all know that. Here's another one. This surfaced recently. American Staffordshire Terrier, the breed that killed a newborn, ranks highest for attacks. What is this? In NSW? I don't know. Where's that? Central Coast. Okay. Well, there you go. They lead. And somehow y'all thought that these were safe? No, I don't buy that, man. People are not that stupid. People simply have this crazy, sick hatred for kids. I've been talking about this for a long time. Y'all can look up their own confessions yourself. We all know Child Free on Reddit. That's a child-hating group with 1.5 million members. Just the sound, the description of such a group should turn everybody off and really have you looking at the person like they're crazy. But they have normalized this. This is one of their discussions, just one. Check them out yourself. I hate children. Not simply in a I don't like being responsible for children. Not necessarily even in an I don't know how to talk to children. I mean, I effing hate children. So if you hate something, you're not going to feel nothing if they die. You're not going to feel, and it'll be easy for you to blame them, to assume that they did something. And lo and behold, 3.4 thousand, is that likes? Isn't that what that is? And you got a bunch of people agreeing. And there are a lot of subjects like this. And they get a lot of people agreeing with them. You ask me, this is proof. There are a lot of people who, for whatever reason, and I'm telling you, I don't understand it. It's not like one of those things where you'll say, hey, oh yeah, I understand why you wouldn't like those. You even heard some dog lovers say, I love dogs, but I can understand why some people don't like them. This is not one of those situations. This is extreme, where they're getting deep about how they literally hate them. And it's no surprise you hear these crazy stories about people doing crazy, harmful things to them. So basically, there's a good portion of the population who just literally flat out hate people. Hate people. And who represents the future of people? It is the young. And that's why they hate them. And if you ask me, this is a culture in this country. If you ask me, this hatred is in almost all of them, if not all of them, to some extent, where some have it more than others. But if you are an owner of a deadly dog and you got kids in your home, you are included in my suspicion. I believe that you are also, to some extent, you've devalued their life. You have to do that. You got to devalue them and say that, hey, they're not valuable enough for me to actively protect from dog attacks. I don't value them that much. I'll take the chance on them attacking my kids just for the pleasure of rubbing on it. Okay, again, in homes like this, the dog is not in danger. Only the young is in danger. They do it anyways. So all of the owners, this involves all of them. They've devalued human life. And what's crazy is, this is such a well-known crime. It's like a natural crime that it's actually illegal. They simply refuse to apply the the reckless endangerment laws to dogs. They refuse to apply it to dogs. So they don't categorize dogs as dangerous weapons, even though they are used by police officers. They have been used in war as weapons. They're used by the general public as weapons. Signs saying, beware of dog. Everybody uses them as weapons. But when they attack a youngster, accident. There was no way for the owner to know that this was possible. They couldn't have foreseen this happen. That was an accident. Fact, most likely the kid did something to it and the dog couldn't take it no more. This is their culture. They're sick, satanic, Baphomet influenced, who is that owl deity? They require sacrifices. They're involved in all this stuff. These are a sick, primitive mentality that needs to be focused on and gotten rid of. This mentality, this is a spirit, it's an energy. It needs to go. Okay? Shout out to everybody able to join me for this brief live stream. It's time to go to work. I'll chop it up with the members tonight as we continue with this crusade.